Okay. So, when you think of bacteria, what do you think of? You may think of some very dangerous things, like a pill with like the little squigglies around it. Anyway, that's just maybe your mental image. But what you really should be thinking of is like maybe E. coli, where it affects your digestive system and your respiratory system, when really it's like good for your digestive system because it helps you break down components. And then where on your respiratory system, it breaks down your respiratory system. Not good. So think of it like a coin. There's two sides. And today I'm going to be informing you of the positive sides and the negative side of bacteria. And I am qualified to speak on this because I've done extensive research and that has made me quite knowledgeable. Maybe, apparently. Today I will be doing this by informing you of bacteria's role in digestive, role in biotechnology, and then on the other side, it's going to be the bacteria's role in pathogenic causing diseases, and then bacteria's role in antibiotic resistance. So let's start off on the brighter note by starting with bacteria's role in digestion. So by breaking down complex sugars found in plants, that our body struggles to break down. So to think about that, let's talk about plants. So our body does not naturally break down the sugar cellulose that is found in plants. So we rely on the bacteria that breaks it down. Kind of simple-ish, right? So on another note, there are also many undigested materials, many fibers, microbes, just many things that pass through our digestive system that our body is not naturally formed to break down. So what do we have? We have our bionet, and we rely on that, our bionet. It's more of our bacteria. We rely on that to break down our many other fibers that pass through our digestive system. So because of that, our digestive system is much more efficient. Now I'll try to rush on the next 2 steps. So after that, we have the bacteria's help in the field of medicine. That helps in many ways. For example, the benefits in biotechnology. And it helps biotechnology by first producing a secondary membrane that secondary metabolites that are used in therapeutic drugs. So essentially, what that means is that we are using a bacteria, for example, a dangerous bacteria, and using it to build a resistance off of it, a antibacterium. And using that, we can build a drug. And a very common one is penicillin. And it's been used for years. Many bacteria have become resistant to it, but I will talk about that later. A second part of that is scaling up immunogenicity of animal-derived proteins via recombinant proteins. Basically what that means is using a bacteria host to produce a lot of the same protein type efficiently. And this is often used in the lab setting to produce a type of protein that is used for your body, but your body cannot naturally produce it. Now let's move to the other side. We have bacteria's negative effect on the body. We can start off with the pathogenic causing diseases. So some bacteria, gut bacteria, can cause viral or parasitic, bacterial diarrheas. So because of this, it's essentially the bacteria that is not supposed to be in your gut. It could be from your thorax right here and travel down, or it's anywhere else. But it found itself in the gut where it's not meant to be, and it's reacted and caused, it can cause many different reactions. For example, a Prosomium Garderian that it can spread by contaminated water, and it can cause ulcers, it could cause multiple reactions in your body. But there are just many different types of these reactions and bacteria that can pass through. And then another type is the mucosal destruction that can be caused by invasive bacterial pathogens. Now, this is usually caused by toxic enzymes or caused by an inflammatory response. And this would essentially be an invasive bacterium, of course, coming into your gut or into your pharynx and causing your mucosal membrane to deteriorate by inflating it or breaking it apart. And this is bad because you need your mucosal membrane to breathe and digest. So both bad sides. And then finally, a huge downside of bacteria is antibiotic resistance. And essentially this is a global health threat because it makes common illnesses impossible to treat by completely undermining the response to these antibiotics. These common illnesses are revamping and constantly spreading, and it makes it just really hard for biotechnology to come up with the response. And then another part is the biocide exposure and developmental bacteria and antimicrobial resistance. It's essentially the percent that a bacteria will become resistant to an antibiotic. And this is important for science to study, because if we do not know how likely a bacteria is to overcome an antibacterium, we don't know the chance it will spread, essentially. So, in conclusion, by informing you on bacteria, I hope I've given you a better understanding on how to view bacteria and showing you the aspects of the good and bad. So I hope you understand the positive and negative effects of bacteria with the body. So, how do you view the body, knowing now that you have some knowledge and how the body works? Thank you.